Oh, oh boy. If only I knew then what I know now. Oh, whew. Hi everyone. Don't know why hands have gotten so high at this point, but let's just say hi. Welcome to my channel and thank you for clicking on this video. If you have clicked on this video, you are interested in, drum roll please, pregnancy from weeks 30 to 34 and what it's been like for me. Bit of a informational background here. I am currently 34 weeks pregnant today, and according to my app, the baby is a size of a lion cub. Okay, so it's actually been the size of a lion cub for 4 weeks now, basically. So from weeks 32 to 35, they say it's the size of a lion cub. And then after the lion cub, I am in the last, there's no more animals they can relate me to, okay? A lamb is the last one. So I've still got 1 more week of being a lion cub, or if you relate more to fruits, I am the size of a honeydew melon. And it says here the baby's length is around 43 to 47 centimeters, and it weighs anything from around 4.2 pounds to 5.8 pounds. Now, I actually had a scan last week where they told me the baby was weighing 5.7 pounds. I think it goes without saying we need to pray for me right now. It does have a little bit of a information thing here. It says your baby's immune system is no longer relying on the antibodies from the placenta. This self-immunity is important to protect your little one at birth and for the rest of your baby's life. So that's interesting. It's obviously creating its own antibodies now. So when it's born, it'll be able to hopefully breathe on its own and fight infection on its own and things like that. It's not just relying on me. But that is of course a very scary thought as well, because I've sort of like gone now, how many days does it say? It said how many days pregnant I was the other day, and it sounds almost unbelievable. Okay, so I've been pregnant for 238 days. I know, it bizarrely feels longer, and that is a long time. That is some of the background of how your baby is developing right now. Obviously all babies are different. Like I said, at my scan, I was coming up at the top end, so heavy, chubby baby. And if you've seen my dog who is laying over there, you will agree that fat children running my life. Last time I spoke to you, in like a sit down video, was I done a video called 7 things I wish I knew but no one told me about being pregnant. It was something like that, or 7 things that no one told me in pregnancy. And I had just turned 30 weeks on that video, to the day. And I remember saying in that video, oh, I haven't really felt that jabbing in the rib feeling yet, where the baby kicks you and it really hurts in your rib. But I'm sure that would come. And that's what I said then. A week later, I had a midwife appointment who felt my belly and told me my baby was breech. Now, for those who don't know what breech means, it means the baby's head is up here and the feet are down there, which means it's obviously in the complete opposite direction of what they want the baby to be in. The baby needs to turn and be head down, feet up, which is why women feel a lot of the jabbing in the ribs, because the feet are up here. So that'll be why I couldn't feel the whole jabbing rib feeling. So at my appointment, they said to me they wanted to give me until 36 weeks for the baby to turn on its own. And if it doesn't, they'll have to do that manipulation thing. So if I stand up now and show you the old Bumperlicious, they need baby's head to be here and feet here, but at the moment it's head here, feet here, and it's gonna hopefully slowly move round like this. But if it doesn't move on its own, they're gonna have to, like, I guess they massage it. I mean, I heard it is so uncomfortable. I mean, imagine someone literally moving your organs with their bare hands, like on your belly. Oh, it just sounds so painful. I have been in hospital recently. You may have seen in my other videos. I had a really bad UTI, which forced my body into contractions and could have potentially put me into an early labour, but luckily we caught the infection early enough, which meant my body had stopped contracting and I wasn't dilating. But I'm now on antibiotics for that. But whilst I was there, I had lots of ultrasounds on my kidneys and on the baby to check how the baby's doing, a lot of heart monitoring and all this sort of stuff. And they did say that basically if the infection after my antibiotics hasn't stopped and it's gone into my kidneys, they may need to either induce me or do an emergency C-section. The emergency C-section will be as a result of if the baby is just still breech. It'd be too dangerous, I guess, for me to try a natural labour. I don't know, I haven't spoke about all the ins and outs of what we're going to do yet, but that's just a comment that could happen. I ideally would like the baby to be kept inside for as long as possible, but obviously if the infection is going into my kidneys, that could potentially bring on like sepsis and things like that, so they also need the baby to come out as quickly as possible too. So I am actually, at the time of filming this video, going to another ultrasound today just to see how the antibiotics are doing and if it's gone into my kidneys or not, so I'll probably have a little bit more information later on. Another thing I would say I've been feeling is, it's going to sound so ridiculous, but pregnant. I feel really pregnant now. States the obvious, I've been pregnant for 238 days, so I should be feeling it by now, but I genuinely feel like the women that you see in the movies, that their back is arched and they're like this and they're like, oh, and they're waddling from side to side. I feel like that now. I did get a notification from my app the other day to say that my hips and joints are starting to soften now. So basically all your joints start to soften so your hips can relax, I guess, preparing yourself for birth. And because everything's so supple inside your body, you then start to waddle. So your back starts to arch and you start to walk like a duck, basically. And I have 100% been feeling that way. I feel like I walk so much differently now. I feel like clothes fit me weird now. Like a lot of my tops that I've been able to get away with still wearing in pregnancy are now full crop tops. I feel like Vicky Pollard when I wear them. I used to be one of them people that loved over bump leggings. I now prefer under bump. I just prefer it to be more like free. So I've definitely noticed them sort of changes as well. Another thing I would say is I feel like the third trimester is kind of like a heightened version of the first trimester. Without the sickness, that's good. But I feel extremely tired all the time. I could sleep at any point throughout the day, at any time. I could literally just go like that. So although I did stay awake last night for the Harry and Meghan interview, I mean, did you watch that? Can't believe it. I've become a lot slower as well, so generally my movements are just so much more slower. When I'm walking my dog with my husband, he's sort of like full steam ahead over there and I'm just in the back like, please wait for me. Like, I'm just generally slow, which can be frustrating as well, because for example, if I want to clean the house, do some hoovering, whatever, after hoovering one room I'm like, oh, and I genuinely need to reward myself with a 2-hour break. Oh, the weirdest thing, the weirdest thing is when you've been in a position, like in one position for too long, I feel like I can feel my entire organs move. Weird, right? But let's say I'm sitting here like this and I need to stand up quick and I stand up like that. I feel like I can feel things drop. Like a gravity thing go boom, like, and it's so weird. I feel it more at night when I'm asleep. So for example, this is my side of the bed. If I sleep like this and I need to turn and I'm like, it's like a sack of potatoes. That's how it feels like inside my body. So strange, so weird. Also because the baby is obviously getting bigger and my I need to word this right, my amniotic fluid. I'm not going to be a midwife anytime soon, am I, with that sort of lingo. I believe it's called amniotic fluid. That's obviously getting less because the baby's taking up more room. So I can feel the movement stronger now, but they're slower. So for example, I can feel the baby maybe like move a shoulder or something or do something like that, and I can almost feel the entire motion, and it makes you feel a bit nauseous because it's just like you're sitting there like that, like, oh, like this weird straining motion. So that has been quite strange. Oh, this has been a new one for me actually, which I think a lot of women get throughout pregnancy, but I've never experienced it. Last week I really got acid reflux bad. I had to take some Gaviscon. I just kept feeling like I was about to sick up my food. It was just sitting in my throat. I couldn't digest anything. So that's been fun. But also, am I just eating really poorly as well? No, I actually had a conversation with my midwife last week, which I thought was so interesting. Basically, she was asking me about what I'm eating and how's it going, blah, blah, blah. And generally I eat very good. I haven't been, you know, naughty really, or no more naughty than what I would normally be. However, mini eggs have come into season very early this year. I mean, I was eating mini eggs since January, and they are very addictive and delicious. So I went for a stage of eating like a bag a night. It wasn't like the family size bag, don't judge me. It was the normal party size bags that you get, but I did have them every single night for about 2 months. And I did say to the midwife, oh, is that a bit bad? Like, should I be doing that? Because obviously chocolate there can be zero nutritional benefit for that child to be eating chocolate via me. And she said that it was okay. She said, but you don't want the baby to get a sweet tooth already. And I remember thinking, can it then? And apparently the baby can develop taste buds, I guess, already, and already decide what it does and doesn't like, which I found really strange, because obviously once the baby's born, it will mainly just be on milk for a very long time. Even if it wasn't on my milk, it would just be on formula milk, so there would be no sweet or savoury whatsoever there. And so I found that really strange. Oh, I didn't realise that they could develop tastes already. But that being said, whenever I eat certain foods, I will notice if the baby moves more or not. So for example, if I eat mini eggs and the baby starts moving loads, I think, oh yeah, baby likes mini eggs. But then sometimes I could eat like fish and chips, and the baby just doesn't really isn't active at all. Maybe it doesn't like fish and chips. I'm sure it will grow to like fish and chips, so who doesn't, you know? So I thought that was really interesting. But other than that, pregnancy has been pretty kind to me. Other than, like I said, the UTI infection recently, I have felt pretty good the whole way through. The first 12 weeks were rough, but they weren't horrendous. So all in all, would do it again. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my mini little update. I like watching little update videos like this, and it's nice to know if other women who are also around the same time as me is feeling the same. You can relate. So I hope it's been enjoyable for you, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.